Hello watch fans! Today I'll be reviewing the Zelos Swordfish 40mm. Enjoy! Let's get straight into the specs of this watch. The watch has a diameter of 40mm, a compact lug-to-lug of 46mm, a thickness of 12mm, and a lug width of 20mm. It has the venerable Seiko NH35 movement and a water resistance of 200 meters. It has a sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside. It's not stated on the website, but I'm pretty sure the case is made from 316 stainless steel. It really is a chunky case and feels very significant on the wrist. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on preference. The watch came in a pretty unique watch case. Quite a lot of microbrands nowadays include a watch roll together with their watches, but Zelos has decided to give us a square case which fits 4 watches here. It does feel quite good to touch, and the interior suede material also does feel quite good, but time will tell on whether it is quite long lasting or not. This case came within a wooden box, and I do like wooden boxes. The bezel is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. It is easy to turn, there's quite a nice grip on it. It clicks quite satisfyingly and aligns very nicely as well, as you can see here. It has very minor backplay, really barely noticeable. I would like to nitpick a little here and say that it would have been nice if the triangle at 12 o'clock would have been loomed as well. The teal that matches the dial is sometimes quite difficult to see against the stainless steel bezel. For those who don't like stainless steel bezels, all the other variants comes with ceramic inserts for better scratch resistance. I personally like the stainless steel bezel here. The dial is the thing that won me over, to be honest. I absolutely love the sunburst teal. It is really beautiful when light hits it at various angles. I was actually torn between this and the fully loomed dial, but I have absolutely no regrets now. It is a sandwich dial where the top layer is cut out to reveal the loomed hour markers. Another nice little touch is the color matched date wheel as well as the date window being at 6 o'clock. I find it to be a little more symmetrical there. As you can see, the Zelos logo is beneath the 12 o'clock marker, and the text Swordfish and 200 meters stroke 660 feet is on top of the date window. That text is really tiny though, and definitely requires some squinting to read. I wish it was of a more readable size. The red 200 meter stroke 660 feet text does match the end of the seconds hand quite nicely, but again, it would have been better if it was larger. The length of the hands is nicely proportioned here. The hour hand almost touches the hour markers, and similarly, the minute hand almost touches the minute track. At the same time, the seconds hand also sweeps right at the edge of the dial. Lovely dimensions here, I must say. The finishing on the hands isn't the best under macro, as you can see some imperfections here. However, in real life situations, it is not noticeable unless you have amazing eyes. Let's talk about Lume. Zelos utilized a mixture of C3X1 and BGW9 Superluminova, and it really doesn't disappoint. It glows like a torch. The combination of blue and green lume is a nice touch, and I particularly like the lume on the minute track. It will definitely satisfy all the lume nuts out there. I was just a tiny bit disappointed that the logo on the crown isn't loomed like some of the other models. However, that would be asking a little too much given its price point. One of the drawbacks of Zelos watches is to be able to actually even get one. Most of their popular models get sold out really quickly the moment it goes live. For this particular model, most of the colorways were sold out within half an hour of its launch. I was very lucky to be able to snag this color of my choice. So if you really want to get a Zelos watch that is popular and something that you would like, you have to be really quick and be ready to pull the trigger the moment it goes live. On to the bracelet. I'd say it's actually quite a good bracelet with potentially a major flaw that I'll come back to later. First off, it's a rather significant bracelet, meaning it's quite thick and has a good heft to it. Secondly, a huge plus point in my book is the quick release mechanism that you can see here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. All straps should come with a quick release mechanism. It has a ton of removable links and they are held together by screws, which makes adjustment easy. The clasp has also 6 micro adjust slots, which again gives quite a nice range overall for the watch for adjustability. The clasp does not have an on-the-fly adjustment like on their more expensive pieces, but again, I think that will be asking a little bit too much. Another plus point for the bracelet is that the links articulate very nicely, as you can see here. This makes it wrap around the wrist quite comfortably when wearing. The edges of the outer links are also chamfered, which is quite a nice little touch, which avoids sharp edges. A minor gripe that I have is that initially, the flip-lock mechanism here, this part, actually was quite difficult to close. But after about a week of usage, it has now smoothened quite considerably. Okay, one of the drawbacks I was mentioning earlier is possibly the sharp edges of the clasp. Quite a few other owners have actually said that the edges of the clasp seem to be digging into their wrist quite badly. So that is a point that one might have to consider. However, for me, it could be due to the shape of my wrist. I actually have not noticed it to be digging into my skin at all. So I guess experience may vary. Overall, pretty good bracelet at this price. The watch has the Zelos logo engraved on the crown. It is a screw-down crown and overall, it feels okay, if not the best. The case back is pretty sweet though. I like how they polished the swordfish and how it stands out against the rest of the case back, which looks to be bead blasted, which is certainly a rarity at this price point. Here you can see it on my 5 3/4 inch wrist. As usual, I do not mind wearing watches that actually look a little large on my wrist. This watch isn't very thick at 12mm, but somehow it really does feel thicker than that on the wrist. So, my final thoughts on the Zelos Swordfish 40mm. I can understand now why Zelos is such a popular micro brand among watch enthusiasts. At its launch price of $269 US, it really provides exceptional value. It has a solid build quality. The finishing is also very good at this price, both at the bracelet as well as the case. You get a sapphire crystal, you get loomed inserts, you get a tried and tested Seiko NH35 movement, which should last you a very long time. Aesthetically, it really is a personal choice, but you do get a host of different colors as well as dial material to choose from. Overall, again, this watch really does prove that you can get a lot of value at a reasonable cost. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe as it really does encourage me to produce more videos. See you in the next video.